All right.
What's up?
BE3, how are you, man? Happy, I guess actually Halloween.
It is.
Dressed up like real estate broker today.
Yep.
And it's a pretty cool outfit. And I stretched into the wardrobe for the blue shirt today.
It's so different than everything else you wear. It's shocking.
All right. So short, sweet, to the point. Connective marketing is something that is becoming more and more prevalent in my mind, because if you don't connect, you're dead. Right?
Yes.
The days of quote unquote having the slick sales pitch close is pretty much gone, because as we've been drilling home nonstop, it's, can I trust you? Are you good at what you do, and do you care about me? These are the questions everyone's asking. If they don't feel that connection or a trust level with you, you're not going to handle the largest financial transaction of their life.
Well, and there's too much access nowadays, right? So there's too many people that can get to them and speak to them and talk to them, that it's tough. Like, you're not going to be the only one.
And
right?
It's almost
that's
a commodity.
marketing to them. Yeah.
So that's what we got to pull out of here.
Exactly.
So one of the things that's pretty interesting, I've been working with the agents on for the last couple of days in our different office location sales meetings, is talking about the reality of what's going on. So for example, in each of our markets on a weekly basis, there are about between 60 and 80 new properties that hit the market in inventory, right? Every single week.
Yeah.
Right. Which is a lot. And then we started going a little deeper. So, okay, let's go a little deeper onto that thing. So the question who are they?
Yep.
How do you find them, and what do you say? Right. That's the natural three questions that you and us as agents really need to figure out. So let's go through those questions for just a second though. So who are the sellers that are most likely to sign a contract this week? Because if you're in business, your main goal is to find who they are and make them feel connected and want to work with you as their advisor, right? So let's talk about that. Who are the most likely people to sign contracts this week? And we kind of went around the room, had a whole bunch of different answers, but you answering, I mean, write in your comments on here too. I think there's two major ones that are pretty much no-brainers. Number one, we all know that 90-something% of for sale by owners convert, right?
Yes.
So there are a bunch of them that are going through, those who work with us know what we call the cocky matrix. So as they wire through that cocky matrix, they give up at a certain point where their motivation crosses the cockiness level, and they just pretty much give up and realize that they need some expert marketing. So there's a lot of those going to convert. And then especially the expireds that have not relisted. Now that's a targeting part that's really ignored a lot, because these are the people that 4 months ago, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, a year ago, were on the market. It expired. They said, screw it. You know what? I don't even know if we're going to sell anymore. Let's just think about it, honey, and we're done. And then time goes by. And then life happens and market goes up and appreciates, and something's a little spur on their side, and they say, you know what? We wanted to move originally because we hated the whatever. And then they put it back on the market. So you really go through your brain and figure out, okay, which ones are most likely? So let's say there's probably 65% of the ones coming on the market will be for sale by owners and expireds that have not relisted.
Well, and there's so much value to understanding this premise and building your business to include one of those two things. And the reason being is, we talk a lot about prospecting and incubation and the follow-up that goes in. And the reality is that most sellers and buyers have been incubated by an agent for 12, 18, 24 months, right? Because you don't know when most people are going to list their home, right? You just don't know. You're guessing, right? There's predictive analytics that will tell you and kind of give you an idea, but even at best, they're going to be accurate about 20 to 30% of the time, and they're going to give you a 6-month window, right?
That's right.
What you do know for sure with a for sale by owner is that they're essentially raising their hand saying, hey, I'm selling my house, right? I'm here. I'm done. I'm not being incubated anymore. I am ready to sell right now. And expired has said, I've been trying to sell my house, right? So these are people that you know. So when you're talking about the low-hanging fruit of you building your business so that you have your pipeline, and then you have your business right now so that you can eat today, this is how you're going to do that if you are able to successfully follow what we're going to kind of go through today.
That's right.
And execute on it.
So other than the for sale by owners and expireds, the other is just kind of a miscellaneous bucket of people that life is happening to.
Right.
They're getting married, they're having babies, they're getting divorced, they're having, getting job transfers, they're getting sick.
Dying.
They won the lottery. For our South Carolina friends,
things.
if you did win, let us know. We're happy to advise you on things like that. So here's a couple little tactical things to go do. Number one, and in your market, know some of your numbers, okay? So how many homes are gonna go under contract in the next month, right? And for most markets, the average is a few hundred, right? So a few hundred properties are gonna go under contract in the next month. Now, I want you to know that this is happening in your town. And especially if you have got a big network of people that you know, a lot of those people are friends or friends of yours or family members that are actually going to be buying. So one of the things that's working really well, because we're going to bring you what's working so you can duplicate the efforts in whatever place you are at watching from as part of the tribe. Here's what's happening. So one thing that agents are doing really well is just grabbing the phone, doing the videos, hitting the social media, hitting the Facebook, hitting the Instagram, and just saying, look, guys, there's going to be 300 sales that are going to happen in this market in the next month. And I know some of them are your friends and your families and people that I don't know. And I'm so passionate about helping people. I need to know who's doing what and what can I do to help them? What questions can I answer? What can I do to guide them through the process? I don't care literally at all if they work with us or not, but I want to make sure they know I'm here, we have their back, and to see what I can do to help them in any way. So think about it. Who's getting married? Who's having kids? Who's getting divorced? Who's going through the process? Who can I help? And blast that message out there. And you're going to be this source of help.
Yeah, be the expert. Let them know that, you know, whether they're working with an agent or not, like Jeff said, it doesn't matter. What does matter is there's so many things to think about that they're probably not thinking about. That you at least want to be that resource to help and guide them, so that at the end of the day, they have the most seamless and transparent experience that they can possibly have. And, you know, let them rely on you to be that expert in that resource.
That's right. So do that. It costs you nothing. And
free.
It absolutely works. And it's all about mind share and owning that one. So let's switch gears a little bit and get back to FSBOs for a second. Okay. So for sale by owners, let's say it's your market, your town. Is there one for sale by owner, or are there a bunch of for sale by owners? There's a bunch of them is the answer, right? Especially in the market the way that it is right now. So if there are hundreds of them, could you use digital targeting, geo-targeting from a social perspective to hit the market and say, we are as an industry in need of inventory.
100%.
Right? We got buyers looking, you can target that way to go through. So here's the hand-to-hand comment there that I think people are missing. And I wish more people did this, but they don't because it's extra work. The good old school connections, right? Knock, 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 drop by their house and see what's going on. And this is where I think people are really missing the boat, because most people, if they do go to the door, which is a very, 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 very small percentage of people, they're going there with commission breath and they're looking for a listing. What's the one thing a for sale by owner does not want to do?
You to list their house.
You to list their house, because if they did, they would have already listed it. So they're going to ride that cocky curve through as long as they can without using you, because in their mind, they don't need to. And there's nothing, as slick as you may be, that you could ever come up with that's going to speed up motivation to force them to go say, oh my gosh, I never knew you were on that many websites. Where do I sign? Doesn't happen.
And the harder you try to do that, the more you're going to push them away from ever wanting to use you to begin with.
So going real on this one, if we say, okay, Mike, you're a for sale by owner and I'm knocking on your door and I'm not going to even talk about when are you planning on listing with me, right? Because that's just going to piss you off. Frankly, because that's the one thing you're going to think I'm going to do. And if I do it, it pisses you off. So you go a couple around. What are some other things that we can do to Mike as he's a for sale by owner? Number one, he's moving somewhere. Why don't we start the conversation saying, look, dude, I get it. You don't want to hire an agent right now. I totally understand it. I wish you the best of luck. I'll help you with anything. What questions do you have about anything at all? I want nothing from you, but just to be able to help, be a resource for you.
Here are some things to think about, right?
Here's some things to think about.
You're underrepresented, which means when a potential buyer comes in, they're going to have questions, right? How's the roof? How's this? How's that? Hey, do you need an inspector? Let me give you mine.
That's right.
Do you need a contract? Let me give you mine. Right? Just offer value of any kind to them and make sure that they understand that while you would love to work with them, you get it. And if that time comes, you're there. But ultimately, you have the listing up the street. And so this neighborhood matters to you. You work in it. And you just want to make sure that his sale, and be honest with him. If you have a listing, especially up the street, I think this is a great angle. If you have another listing or a buyer looking, it's important to let that guy know that, hey, listen, I'm being a little selfish here. What your home sells for affects me. It affects my listing up the street, right? And do you know them? Because I know they're your neighbor. I don't know if you know them, but I have that listing, and your price will affect their sale.
We want to help you get
so
the highest
I just
price
want to
per
help
square
you
foot.
in any way I can to make sure that you don't negatively affect
That's right.
that home. Be honest with them, right? So there's multiple ways to approach it, but be honest, be transparent, bring value, and I promise you, ultimately, a bulk of them will result and end up needing your help and signing with you.
Eventually. Yeah,
Eventually.
and who knows when.
And it may not happen, and you need to be okay with that,
and
too.
don't force it, right? The other thing, property disclosures help them out. How about this is a huge one. What screws up most for sale by owners contracts, right? Inspections and mortgages, right? So because they don't know what they don't know. So one of the things we like to do is say, look, let me help you figure out what's wrong with your house. Here's some cool inspectors. You might want to do an inspection first and figure out the house and we help you go. By the way, if you get an offer, right, you need to ask for a pre-approval letter. If you don't get one, don't accept the offer, because who the hell when are they going to get their money?
You're going to get tied up and take this asset off the market.
And if you want, I'm happy to help you. Let me see what you got. I'll call the people for you. And I'll pick their brains to see what we can actually do to make things work, and then just help them out. And then the other thing to talk about really is, what are the options out here? You've got wholesale versus retail, right? There's open door, there's offer pads, there's iBuyers, there's instant offers. There's all these things out there. Say, look, man, I don't know if you know this, but we work with some great buyers right now, and there's a couple other buyers that we do work with. We can get you an offer today. Right? And
what's your situation?
You probably tell me what's going on. Where are you moving? What's your time frame? How can I help you? Let me show you what offers you can get today. If you haven't checked out offer pad or open door yet, here, let's go online. Let's get the offer. I'll look through it with you and see. And then let's talk about time versus money, because this is what you can get now, and this is what retail would get you. Let's talk about the prices and the differences in the time frames, and let's see what works best for you to get you to the goals that you want. And it's all about them, 100%. It's never about commission breadth at all.
Why not run the AVM, RVM before you go visit them, so you could hand that to them and say, hey, I noticed you had the house listed for $415. I don't know if you know this, the other house up the street just sold for $430.
Yeah.
You might be leaving some money on the table. Or, hey, just want you to have this. You might be priced a little high. I don't know what your time frame is.
Or here's what I do for my clients. We do what's called strategic pricing analysis. And here you go.
Come with it.
And this is blank, but if you'd like, I'll come back with this filled out.
It's value, 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 value.
So that's all great stuff. But if they don't feel you, right, you're never going to get to the point of trust. So that's why we call this connective marketing. So from a connection standpoint, it's so critical, guys. The first 7 seconds that you are in communication with these people, you either earn the trust or you blew it, and you're not getting it back, right? As hard as you want to think that you can, it's over. Right. So how do you actually connect with them so quickly and not screw it up? And you're dead if you're worrying about the words, which most people going, oh my God, what am I going to say? I hope they're home. Oh God, they're home. What do I do? Oh, you want a list, or you can hire an agent? And you blow it up in your brain. And so the vibe that you're sending out is freaking them out, because you're not confident, you don't know what you're doing, so you're dead. So you should have just gone to the movies. Right. So if you can actually get the confidence in and just be able to chill out, go into neutral, relax a little bit, and just say, man, what's going on in the world? How can I help you? Right. And then do it in a neutral mode. And now here's where the skill comes in. Are they high D's? Are they I's? Are they S personalities? Are they C personalities? Are they coming from a visual representational strategy, an auditory, or kinesthetic? If you don't know the answers to these questions, how could they possibly connect with you? Because you don't have the time to put out there to give them the comfort in the field to know that you're worth trusting, right? Because people like people who are like themselves, right? So if you're lacking the connection and you're wondering why you're lacking the deals, put those two together, because you're lacking the deals because you're not making the connections.
So now we've been talking, assuming that you knock on the door and someone answers, right? But there's some great tactics for when they don't answer.
Great point.
And there's some advantages for sale by owners. And one of those advantages is that they put a sign in their yard, and that sign in their yard has their phone number.
Their cell phone number.
And 99% of it is their cell phone number, because most people don't have a home phone nor use it anymore. So one of the things that we've pushed onto our agents, one agent has executed on this very well and has gotten very positive results on it, is actually grab your phone, get in front of the yard sign, shoot a quick video. Hey, just stop by, saw your number here, just wanted to bring you some value, be happy to send you over my inspector's number, anything you need, I have a listing up the street, whatever message you want to deliver, and you text that 10, 15, 30-second video right to that phone number. And I promise you, you will be the only agent
That's right.
that is doing that, and it will get you results.
And notice what he said, bring something of value. Don't say,
Yes.
hey, when you plan on listing your house, right?
You're gonna list, I'm here.
So
Right.
what's going on? Really, I was hoping to catch you home. I've been by a couple times. I noticed your car's not here. I'm standing in front of your house. Shoot me a text. Let me know when you're home. I'd love to talk with you. I've got a couple of ideas I think will really bring you some value. I do not want to just come over and list your house. I'm not going to pressure you about anything. I really want to bring you some value. Please give me a call. I've got some ideas for you.
It will work.
That's it.
It will work.
So short, sweet, to the point. Connect, connect, connect. Right?
Yes.
And be real and bring value and do it consistently. And if you're not working 20 of these right now, then why not, guys? This market has never been better. And I promise you, it's not going to stay this way for very long, where you can just go get a listing and it's going to sell quickly. And enjoy and embrace the market that you're in. Most of us are still in sellers markets for now. And so take advantage of it, because we'll be doing these a few months from now saying, hey, do you remember back when we were talking about how great it was to be in the sellers market? And you're going to be talking about today, right? So grab it by the horns, guys. Just go and just make hay while the sun shines, whatever you want to say it, but make some contacts, make some connections, bring some value, and watch your businesses go through the roof and roll into 2019 with a big ass inventory. So you are just going to just crush it and just rock it going forward. So
it's time to do it.
That's the value we wanted to bring to you guys today. So thank you for watching. Again, shoot out with any questions. We're getting some pretty cool comments and results back from people literally all over different parts of the world now.
Yeah.
So we love it. So thank you for following and watching, and share this, and just let us know what we can do to help.
Yep.
Thanks for
See you
watching,
next
guys.
week.